Let me start from the civil servants. They are being paid. Those that have been due for promotion long time ago are being promoted. Last administration, they said that maybe they are being promoted and they are giving, what did they say? Maybe work benefits. I can tell you, anybody that is watching this show, come and debunk it. The benefits money they actually getting, the addition is only 500 naira, 1,000 naira.
It's another day, another episode on Free Flow Podcast. Today we'll be discussing on good governance. How has it been the journey so far? About the performance of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Osun State, in person of Governor Ademola Adeleke. And here today we're going to be discussing on the political branding, and also we'll be talking about has Governor Ademola Adeleke truly earned a second term. A lot of persons have been talking about his second term. Does he really deserve to come in the second time, or this one time is okay for someone else to come take the baton? Today I'm here with me in the studio, no other person but Oyedele Yusuf or Mo Bolaon. Good afternoon this day.
Good afternoon, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Good to see you.
Good to be here.
Properly, can you help me introduce yourself properly to the house? We know your name as, is there a title attached to it? And what do you do in the field of His Excellency?
Well, I don't have any specialty attached to my name. Just myself, a lawyer to be, and let me call myself a social commentator, a lover of good governance, and lover of Governor Ademola Adeleke.
Okay, so let's take it from here. Do you truly believe that His Excellency, the Governor, Executive Governor of Osun State, deserves a second term?
Definitely. He actually did. And we still continue to be. Like, we start from the notion that people actually have about His Excellency, that is just this joyful, dancing governor that will not be serious with his work as governor. But let me take it back to when he was a senator. He has been in the system. His father was a late politician, a senator of the past republic. His elder brother too, late Sherubawan, was a senator. And him also, when he was a senator, they thought he was only this dancing senator. But we have a lot of achievement to his name when he was representing the good senatorial district of Osun West. We have a lot of things to his name, 250 million naira scholarship to over hundreds of students. And even 150 million being put aside from other people from Osun State, maybe Osun East, Osun Central, that benefited from it. A lot of achievement to his name when he was a senator. And now he came again to become a governor. And now he's there and he's been performing. And I will put it in summary, like 3 words, which is delivery, welfare, and feasibility.
Okay. All right. When you said delivery, welfare, and visibility, I'd like to agree with you for now. But let's talk about real quick. How would you summarize Governor Adeleke's performance since he's taken the office over 3 years?
We rate it high, more than average, like high, because he's been doing what some past government has not been doing. He started with continuity, in which I respect for that. He's been paying salaries of the workers, gratuity and pension of the pensioners in Osun. Infrastructure. He made a statement. He said, I will turn Osun into a construction site. And it's very feasible, like I said. You can actually pinpoint to 1 or 2, even more than 2, outside there that he's been doing, that make him deserve re-election as the governor of Osun State. So let me just put it at that for now.
Okay, so now let me ask you, as a city, let's speak from a perspective of a citizen of Osun State. What can you say has changed significantly in Osun State under his government?
Osun is a civil servant state. Let me start from there. We cannot lie to ourselves. We are a civil servant state. So, and the top or major point that we see here from Osun is workers. Workers were very same. Like in the past, we have workers being owed salary. We have era of salary afusa, like we used to say during one of our past governors' regime. And he has been taking care of that. He's been paying their money regularly. He's not owing them. Even with benefits, workers' benefit, he's been doing that. That is, for me, a major change for me in Osun. Because it took us from the dark era of the past administration to what he actually believes in. Like the name that depicts him perfectly, which is Imole, the light. Took us from the darkness to the light regime.
Okay, permit me to go a bit away from what I have on my list here. It has been in circulation, probably from the opposition party, that the reason why it looks as if the governor is more active is because of the allocation is receiving from the federal government, which was not in circulation during their own time in government. Do you agree with that? That is because we have more coming into the purse of the government. That is why the governor, the sitting governor, is more working. Is working the way it's doing. And some of them even saying that what the governor is receiving is under delivering at the moment.
Thank you for that question. And I'm really glad. More or less like my niche that I would love to speak about very well. I will also ask those watching or that will later watch this thing a question that during the tenure that they are talking about, we are buying fuel around 300, 500 per liter at that time. And things change based on what petroleum
Let's just say the economy.
Yes, due to the economy. So, are you telling me that they said that okay, Osun is collecting a huge amount of money and is underperforming? This is not a freebie. The federal government are also benefiting from this, maybe removal of subsidy. Both the states and the federal government. And the money that the government is actually collecting, I can say that maybe has even surpassed our own imagination. And it's doing like how will I put, I'm looking for the right English to use. Is making proper use of the supposed money that maybe the large amount of money is using. He's using it properly, he's using it well. Like I said, it is showing in most of his infrastructural plan, payment of salary without even borrowing any loan. That aside, justify whatsoever agenda they might be thinking that maybe it's collecting a large sum of money, the allocation of Osun is getting now is more than before. Are we buying the same? Okay, they are selling cement then, maybe around 3,000, 2,000. Now, a bag of cement, we know how much a bag of cement is right now. The standard of living then is different from the standard of living now. Then you can still see a house for 150, like a self-contained. But presently, you'll be praying to see a normal self-contained for 400,000. Things changed. Did they expect the standard of living with the amount of money that the federal government is giving us that it cannot leverage? It cannot be. We cannot compare the past to the present that we are currently facing. So it's just left to me is a watery statement from the opposition.
Okay, so let's come back to what I have here listed down. So far, so good. We've been seeing some development, or we've been seeing development happening in the state. Now, let's keep it this way. Which project should citizens point to as evidence of progress in the state?
We have a lot. But we start from the list that they always see as the basic, the road project. And we also have an impact on the ordinary citizen of Osun State, in the essence that it will boost trade and economic factor here so much. You cannot tell a farmer that want to transport, for example, let me say a farm here in Osogbo, you want to transport your harvest from Osogbo to Ilesha. And maybe because due to bad roads, their hands are tied. They cannot operate very well. But now, most of these roads are being constructed. It is now easier for that kind of farmer that's in that kind of, let me say, past experience of maybe, ọ̀nà ni ò dá ni kò lè jẹ́ kí n lè gba bíbí mọ́, àbí ni ò jẹ́ ká ṣe ọrọ̀ ajé dé ọ̀nà bí mọ́. Now, that person will be so glad that, ọmọ ọ̀nà bí wọ́n dẹ̀ ti ṣe o, a lè mọ́ ta èrè oko wa, ọ̀nà bí ta lè gbà dé oko, bíbí wa ta lè lọ ta èrè oko, báyìí, wọ́n ti ṣe o. And that alone will actually help and catapult an improvement in the economic and commercial activities on the people that will actually reflect on the people, because from there it will circulate. A farmer that went to go and sell his or her proceeds to someone, from there also maybe selling food from there, everything with money will circulate economically.
Okay, but let's take it this way. We've seen videos circulating on the social media, talking about the projects the governor is doing, the roads project. We've seen videos of the roads that are already going bad. Some of them are not even done yet. Some of them are not ready for use yet, but are already going bad. I don't know if we should say allegedly those are videos of projects being done by the governor, or someone just got videos from somewhere and just trying to just water down what the governor is doing. So how do you look at that?
Well, let me be frank with myself. I believe, should I call them agent of doom? Or they are spreading all around. There are some projects, for example, where I'm aware of one. I think Adura Agbemi or so, there was a video circulating there. Maybe the road was badly done. It's more or less like I'm building roads, constructing roads. I've laid the first asphalt. Like I'm not completely done with the road. Maybe you know that if you lay the first asphalt, it will look like maybe you're already maybe almost done with it, or even done with the road. So they went there, they started using their hand to maybe scrape the road that is actually peeling off. Trust me, do you expect a road that is not yet completed, like 100% completed, or let me say almost completed, and you went there, maybe first asphalt being laid? Well, not doing away with the fact that some contractor might be subpar.
That's what I really want you to put as
Yes.
across there. Yes.
Not excusing them that they might be subpar, but the governor eyes cannot be everywhere. More or less like, okay, you came to me, I want to give you this project, you must make sure you deliver beyond excellent. But some of these contractors, sometimes, we don't know how we can put it. Some of them, I won't deny it, they work subpar, maybe below expectations. But like I said, our governor, or let me say the government, is a very listening government, because most of these places that maybe they pinpoint, maybe a video were being circulated, as far as I'm concerned, and maybe I get a first-hand information, maybe they get across to the contractor in charge that, okay, this is what we've been hearing from the people. They go back there, work on it, and make sure that they fixed the loopholes that are being circulated here and there.
Okay, so let's look at it. Still talking on the project that the governor is doing. What long-term benefits will those projects deliver to the citizens of Osun State?
Property value. Let me start from there. Property value. I love to make reference a lot, like I used to say in every interview that I actually granted. Property value in the sense that you cannot tell me that a street that has not been graded before, maybe worse, like bad road, maybe the land are being sold for 500,000 per plot before, and you now have a third road, like nicely constructed, solid third road there. Do you want to tell me that the value will not skyrocket?
Definitely, value will go.
That is one point. The second point of some of these projects is, let me go to the PHC, the Primary Health Care Center. We know some people, we have the rich, the medium, and the below standard people here in our society. Those that fall within the category of, let me say, the middle and let me say the below expected people, they will have a first-hand healthcare services, because you cannot tell me that somebody that maybe he or she does not have enough, you can just quickly go into the nearest PHC around you to get treatment, and you feel better, you feel good. That's another from health sector. Even that same health sector, the effects of some of these projects that are being carried out, like this same health sector, we have because the governor did the Imole outreach, then Imole health outreach, then like I think free surgery for those with maybe bad eyesight, maybe a lot of surgeries like that. Can you tell me that somebody that maybe is on the verge of maybe losing his or her sight, and the governor actually revived that person back through the Mole outreach head surgery like that, and maybe the person regain his sight very, very well, he will be able to be productive. I don't know if I'm making points. To be able to be more productive, because before I can doubt maybe he will be much more productive of him or herself. But with that kind of project being put in place by the government, by the governor, trust me, he will be happy for himself, and also those things from here and there will be able to maximize and improve and have a long-lasting effect on our society.
Right. So, Osun State being a civil service state, what improvements can the civil servant? What improvement can the civil servant pick point? When I said the civil servants and the pensioners at the moment, what are the things that the sitting governor has been able to do for them?
He has done a lot. I even think this is should I call it the armory, like if you are going to war, you have some of your best ammunitions. That's where, in this government, that's the best angle that I can even say that this government has. Did not make them lack in any way. Talking of the civil servants, let me start from the civil servants. They are being paid. Those that have been due for promotion long time ago are being promoted. Last administration, they said that maybe they are being promoted, they are giving, what did they say? Maybe work benefits. I can tell you, anybody that is watching this, come and debunk it. The benefits money they actually getting, the addition is only 500 naira, 1,000 naira. The current government is paying beyond that. I can categorize that even more. The least is 30,000 naira. And the government is even the governor of Osun is the first governor that first implemented the new wages for the worker. Something that the federal government has not even implemented or has not even started till date. Osun was the first. Let me go to the pensioners. They are being like their gratuities, their pensions are being paid regularly. Even the one that they are actually being held by the past administration are being paid by this current government. Healthcare wise also, Osun under Governor Ademola Adeleke is the first government. He enrolled 20,000 pensioners under the Osun Health Insurance Scheme. For someone that is very, very familiar with Osun Health Insurance Scheme, more or less like for free, they are not going to pay a dime. That's also a plus. Workers' welfareism from this government has been top. I can rate it 100 over 100. So,
okay, now so let's come to leaders of tomorrow, because it is always a thing of youth are the leaders of tomorrow. Youth are the leaders of tomorrow. Now, talking about the administrative of His Excellency, the Governor of Osun State, what is the position so far of the youth?
Talking of the youth aspect of Osun, the government has been doing its best, absolute best. Let me start with one of the, let me say, bills that speaks more to the Gen Z, or let me say the youth. Osun State government was the first out of all the past governor to push a bill for the Osun Tech Startup, Osun Tech Startup Bill. It was another angle that will also come from, another point that I will make that is actually youth-friendly. We have the Oyedele Youth Corps that the governor actually recruited, like I think around last year. We also have this informal, maybe agropreneur, like young people. And talking of youth, we have an SDG program, and people can actually check facts or fact check. How did they put this? I want to be very, very coherent. Fact check. This SDG program that is going on in Dagbolu, youth are being trained there. First-hand training of tech and work is going on there in Dagbolu. For example, I have someone that is even currently there, maybe like all this network installation that's being handled under one of his appointee, which is SA Banks or Mishori. Facts are there. In agricultural sector, or let me say SME, like social investments, youths are actually part of the major beneficiaries under most of this thing. So the government has been doing well and has been youth-friendly. If it's not youth-friendly, look at most of our people in the Osun State House of Assembly. We don't have old rogues there. Most of them are youths. Let's even look from there, like politically. Most of them are youth. From the speaker to the deputy speaker, a lot of people there like that. Osun government has been so youth-friendly. So,
Okay, so let's come to this. Can the opposition honestly say they left Osun in better condition than what it looks like today?
left to me, I think the people will be the judge of that. I will start from there. And right now, they are only making promises. And there is difference between promise and actual work, or let me say experience. If they've actually done, or if they've actually done well during their own party or maybe past administration under their parties, they wouldn't have been voted out in the first instance. And them coming back, promising heaven and earth with their, they call it prosper manifesto, but I call it non-prosperous manifesto. Because most of this thing, the decay that the government is actually, the current governor is actually fixing, they are the genesis of it. The half salary that the government under Governor Ademola Adeleke is currently paying started from their party and their administration, 12-year administration. The gratuities, the pensioners started, like, we have a lot of protests then under their administration. So a lot of things, I believe that the people are actually watching. They know the right from the wrong. So they cannot come and tell us that you are promising us. And they see the continuity that even the governor and him fixing the decay that their party caused. The people are wise. They cannot leave a working car that is progressing for a car that is being ditched. They cannot ditch the right way for a wrong path. It's not possible. So I will leave the people to do
Okay,
that.
so lastly on this episode, let me ask you, when voters compare Governor Adeleke's record with the promises of the opposition, why should they choose continuity over change?
I think I just maybe intertwined. I just made mention of
I know.
the people cannot, they actually knows the truth. And like I said, that they cannot ditch a moving vehicle for a rickety one that is not even moving properly, or that is actually on a standstill. The records are there. Like I said, I started from his record from the Senate. This government is even, let me say, there is difference between politically friendly government and the people's driven government. This is a government of the people. He has done well. He took continuity from even their own administration. He did not stop. Let me use an example. The Ikiru Road that Aregbesola started that was abandoned by the past administration of Alhaji Gboyega Oyetola. The governor took it from there, finished it, perfected it. Same as Onobabo Ono of former governor Rauf Aregbesola. He's even more friendly. It's not even, okay, for example, I'm talking about SDG the other time. I even believe that it's even feasible to some of the people in the opposition. Because some of them, they are beneficiary of it. There is no work. Okay, they want to do campaign. The same road that they are saying that maybe the governor is not working, they are going to pass through the same road. Even some of their pictures of late that they are posting online, you will see an imprint of the governor there. I saw some of their campaign. I was seeing the Okefia flyover. I was like, that's my governor. Because his work is showing everywhere. Continuity that he has started must actually work for him. Because he shared it here. In the sense, another sense, I'm sorry to say this. I said that maybe opposition are even benefiting from some of his works. And they knows that this continuity mission must not stop. Like, there is a Osun creative industrial this thing for youth that was being done, I think 2023 or 2022 at Dagbolu, the SG Center at Dagbolu, without even doing political MET. The person that actually anchored the program, the 3 days program, is somebody that we all know. Is even closer to Alhaji Kafaya Oyetola and closer to former governor Oyetola. If the governor is actually holding any political grudges or maybe does not believe in continuity, he will not put party aside and still try to accept or approve, employ someone that I know that is your opposition, and you make him anchor. That is part of inclusivity that I love this government for, and the people's driven position that is actually working with. So the continuity must continue. That Imole 2030 must be fulfilled because the stadium, the roads, the agriculture, educational sector, Osun, before under Governor Boyega. So I'm so sorry that I just have to point most of this thing out. Under Governor Boyega Itola was ranked, was it not 34 in Nigeria? Osun went from 34 to 4th. A lot. If I start to pinpoint a lot of evidence, fact check, StatSense released some of these statistics of late. And Osun is actually doing well. PHC, best drinking water in Nigeria. They should fact check too. Osun is on number 4 throughout the whole Federation of Nigeria. So why did they want to stop the continuity? The
Okay,
model must continue.
Okay, let's do it this way. Lastly, on this episode, what message do you really have for those watching at the moment, our mothers, our fathers at home, waiting to vote again? Because I don't want to mention something, so let me just let it slide. So, but what do you really have to say to those watching at the moment, and what they need to do? Because a whole lot of persons know what to do, but probably one way or the other, due to some reasons, they might not really want to go that way. But let me just say your last statement for this episode.
What I would tell the people out there, what they can do or what they should do, I will start by saying they know the truth and they should vote for continuity. And the continuity is Governor Ademola Adeleke Imole is done well. We cannot be preaching that they should go and collect their voters card now. That one is closed for Osun. But like I said, that they know the truth. Everything is feasible. Osun is a construction site. It is reflecting in our day-to-day realities presently in Osun. So I will urge them and I will beg them that they should not allow those that will just be giving them empty promises and they will not fulfill. Something that they did not do when they were in power, to cajole them, to now make them stop this continuity that we're actually praying for. They should vote for good governance. They've been seeing what has been going on in Osun. And Osun has been progressing. So they should not stop that. They should vote for continuity. That is my plea. And that is what I will be, especially the youth. Not that maybe on the day of election, we'll be like, we have some of this, should I call it voter apathy? They feel like, Ibomi Okukunika, let me just go and, they'll go and set Sunday set. They'll be playing five-a-side football. They should not. Because the youth actually make major part of those that are actually voting, aside those elderly ones. Please, they should not stop this continuity. They should know that their vote actually counts. And it is those that, it is say even help those who help themselves. They cannot rig an election that the number is not close. If the number is close, they might be able to do that. But if it's not close, trust me, please, they should vote for continuity. And that is Ademola Adeleke Imole.
All right. Thank you so very much, Yusuf, for joining us on the Free Flow today. Thank you so very much. I hope if I call you next time, you'll be here to join us.
Definitely.
All right. All right. That will be all on Free Flow podcast brought to you by RK Records. We've just been discussing concerning good governance and what is happening in Osun State. We hope too well that this coming election will come with peace. Get your PVC ready and be ready to vote. No violence, no ballot snatching. Let's do everything out of violence. And until the next time, I'll be coming on your screen again for the next episode. It is still Free Flow. We bring you stories as it is. We tell you what is happening in the city and society at large. See you when I see you. My name is MJ. That will be all.